Greek mythology is filled with tales of gods and heroes, but some stories are rarely told. Hidden in the shadows of Mount Olympus. Let's jump right into level 1. Alexia, Race, and Anacetus are two minor gods. Sons of Hercules, the hero born to Zeus, and mortal Alcmene. After Hercules ascended to divinity, he married Hebe, goddess of youth, and fathered these brothers. Alexiares, meaning unconquerable, possesses immense strength to repel threats. Anacetus, meaning wards off war, has the power to prevent conflict. Their duty is to guard the gates of Mount Olympus, ensuring no mortal or god enters uninvited. Rarely mentioned in myths, their role is vital, yet obscure. Perhaps because their half-mortal heritage bridges human and divine realms, a fact the gods keep quiet. Their presence ensures Olympus remains secure, a hidden cornerstone of the divine order. That's the end of level 1. Welcome to level 2. Hebe, the goddess of eternal youth. Hebe, daughter of Zeus and Hera, serves as the goddess of youth, pouring nectar for the Olympian gods. This drink preserves their immortality, ensuring they remain ageless. Without Hebe, the gods' divine vigor would fade. A lesser-known myth tells of her marriage to Hercules, a mortal-turned god, which stirred whispers among the Olympians. This union of eternal youth and mortal resilience was unusual, hinting at a deliberate act to balance human and divine power. Hebe's role, though seemingly minor, is vital to the gods' eternal existence, a secret rarely spoken in ancient tales. And that is the end of level 2. Welcome to level 3, Hercules' refusal of the Olympian throne. Hercules, famed for his 12 labors, overcame trials like slaying the Nemean lion and capturing Cerberus. After his mortal death, Zeus granted him immortality, making him a god of strength. On Olympus, a hidden story claims Zeus offered Hercules a seat among the 12 Olympians, the divine council of gods like Poseidon and Athena. Hercules refused, choosing not to displace any of the 12. This decision, rarely recorded, suggests a tension among the gods, as Hercules' mortal humility challenged their divine pride. His refusal kept him apart, a quiet defiance of Olympian ambition. And that is the end of level 3. Welcome to level 4, Ariadne's divine ascension. Ariadne, a mortal princess of Crete, is known for aiding Theseus in the labyrinth, but a lesser-known myth tells of her divine transformation. After Theseus abandoned her on Naxos, Dionysus, god of wine, found her. He married her, raising her to godhood as a goddess of paths and mazes. This ascension was hidden from mortal tales, as it blurred the line between human and divine. Why would Dionysus elevate a mortal? Some myths suggest her knowledge of the labyrinth, a structure tied to divine secrets, made her too dangerous to remain human. Her new role ensured her silence, guarding Olympian mysteries. And that is the end of level 4. Welcome to level 5, Theseus' forgotten oath. Theseus, hero of Athens, swore an oath to Athena before entering the labyrinth, promising to honor her if she aided his quest. With Ariadne's help and Athena's guidance, he slew the Minotaur and escaped. But a hidden story claims Theseus broke his vow, failing to offer Athena the promised tribute. Enraged, Athena cursed his ship's sails, causing his father Aegeus to mistake him for dead and leap to his death. This tale, rarely told, reveals Athena's wrath against oathbreakers, a secret the gods suppressed to protect her image as a just protector. Theseus' failure shows even heroes falter under divine expectations. And that is the end of level 5. Welcome to level 6, the Minotaur's divine origin. The Minotaur, half-man, half-bull, was born to Persephone, wife of King Minos, but its creation was no mere curse. A forbidden myth claims Poseidon engineered the creature's birth. Angered by Minos' refusal to sacrifice a sacred bull, Poseidon wove a spell with Aphrodite's aid, causing Persephone to birth the monstrous Minotaur. This act was hidden to shield Poseidon's pride, as it exposed his cruel manipulation of mortals. The Minotaur's existence was a divine warning, a secret reminder that gods punish defiance with creations that haunt the mortal world. And that is the end of level 6. Welcome to level 7, Athena, the goddess of childbirth's dual role. Athena, daughter of Zeus and Hera, is the goddess of childbirth, guiding mortals through the pain of labor. But a hidden myth reveals her dual nature. She could ease births, or delay them at Hera's command. When Leto, pregnant with Apollo and Artemis, faced Hera's wrath, Athena was ordered to stall the birth, prolonging Leto's suffering. This act, rarely spoken of, shows Athena as both helper and enforcer, a tool of Hera's vengeance. The gods hid this story to protect Athena's image as a benevolent deity. Her role exposes the Olympians' willingness to manipulate mortal lives for divine grudges. And that is the end of level 7. Welcome to level 8, Tantalus's eternal torment. Tantalus, a mortal king favored by the gods, dined on Olympus, but committed a grave sin. A forbidden tale claims he stole ambrosia, the gods' food, and shared it with mortals, hoping to grant them immortality. Enraged, Zeus sentenced him to eternal punishment in the underworld. Tantalus stands in water beneath fruit trees, but the water recedes when he drinks, and the fruit rises out of reach. This story was buried to hide the gods' fear of mortals gaining divine power. Tantalus's torment serves as a warning: no one defies the Olympians without suffering forever. And that is the end of level 8. Welcome to level 9, the Uladi's rebellion against the gods. The Uladi giant brothers, Otis and Ephialtes, were born to a mortal mother, but rivaled the gods in strength. A secret myth tells of their audacious plan to storm Olympus by stacking mountains to reach the heavens. They sought to overthrow Zeus and marry Hera and Artemis. The gods suppressed this tale to avoid exposing their vulnerability. Zeus tricked the brothers into slaying each other, sparing Olympus a direct battle. Their rebellion, rarely told, reveals the gods' fear of beings who could challenge their rule, a truth kept hidden to maintain their invincible image. And that is the end of level 9. Welcome to level 10, Hephaestus's automatons. Hephaestus, god of the forge, crafted more than weapons and armor. A hidden myth tells of his automatons, mechanical beings that moved and worked like mortals. Chesa's golden attendants and bronze guards served the gods on Olympus, performing tasks no deity would stoop to. The gods kept this secret to hide Hephaestus's ability to rival Zeus's power of creation. Some tales whisper his automatons could think, raising fears they might one day defy their makers. Hephaestus's craft, a closely guarded truth, shows the gods' reliance on his genius and their unease with his power. And that is the end of level 10. Welcome to level 11, Prometheus's theft of fire. Prometheus, the Titan, defied Zeus to aid humanity. A lesser-known story reveals the full extent of his betrayal. As Zeus withheld fire from mortals, Prometheus stole it from Hephaestus's forge, not the heavens as commonly told. This act sparked Zeus's fury, not just for the theft, but because it exposed Hephaestus's vulnerability. The gods suppressed this version to protect their image of unity. Prometheus was chained to a rock, his liver torn daily by an eagle as punishment. This hidden tale shows the gods' fear of mortal empowerment and their ruthless response to defiance. And that is the end of level 11. Welcome to level 12, Pandora's Jar of Secrets. Pandora, created by Hephaestus at Zeus's command, is known for opening a jar that unleashed evils on the world. But a forbidden myth claims the jar also held a secret gift, hope, which Zeus intended to withhold. When Pandora opened the jar, hope escaped too, against Zeus's will. The gods buried this story to conceal Zeus's plan to keep humanity in despair, ensuring their dependence on divine favor. Pandora's act, though punished, was a quiet rebellion, revealing the truth the gods hid Hope's power to defy divine control. And that is the end of level 12. Welcome to level 13, Apollo's Oracle and the Curse of Truth, Apollo. God of prophecy gifted mortals the Oracle of Delphi, a priestess who spoke his divine will. But a hidden myth reveals a darker truth. Apollo ensured the oracle's visions were cryptic riddling truths with ambiguity to manipulate mortal choices. When King Croesus asked if he should wage war, the oracle's vague reply led him to ruin. This deception, rarely told, was Apollo's way to maintain control over mortal fates, ensuring they relied on his guidance. The gods hid this story to preserve Apollo's image as a benevolent seer, revealing his calculated influence over humanity. And that is the end of level 13. Welcome to level 14, Hermes' theft of Apollo's cattle. Hermes, god of trickery, stole Apollo's sacred cattle as a newborn, a tale well known in myths. But a lesser-known story claims this theft was no mere prank. Hermes aimed to weaken Apollo's authority by targeting his sacred herd, a symbol of his divine power. Apollo forgave Hermes only after receiving the lyre, a gift to soothe his anger. The gods suppressed this tale to hide the tension between the two brothers and Hermes' audacity in challenging an older Olympian. This secret act of rebellion shows the fragile balance among the gods' hierarchy. And that is the end of level 14. Welcome to level 15, Demeter's secret cult of Eleusis. Demeter, goddess of harvest, founded the Eleusinian mysteries, a secret cult promising initiates eternal life. A forbidden tale reveals why this cult was hidden. Demeter created it to rival Zeus's authority, offering mortals a path to immortality without his consent. The rites, shrouded in mystery, taught secrets of the afterlife, defying Olympian control over human souls. The gods kept this quiet to avoid exposing Demeter's defiance and the power she wielded over mortal hopes. Her cult, a guarded truth, challenged the divine order with promises of eternal renewal. And that is the end of level 15. Welcome to level 16, Athena's contest with Poseidon. Athena and Poseidon competed to become patron of Athens by each offering a gift to the city. Athena gave the olive tree in one while Poseidon's saltwater spring was rejected. A hidden myth claims Poseidon cursed Athens' rivers in revenge, drying them for generations. The gods suppressed this story to protect Athena's victory and hide Poseidon's spiteful act against mortals. His curse, rarely spoken of, shows the gods' willingness to harm humans to settle divine grudges, revealing a rift in Olympus's unity. And that is the end of level 16. Welcome to level 17, Artemis's hidden vengeance on Actaeon. Actaeon, a mortal hunter, saw Artemis bathing and was turned into a stag, then torn apart by his own hounds. But a forbidden tale suggests Artemis's punishment was not just for his gaze. Actaeon boasted he was a better hunter than the goddess, challenging her divine skill. Her extreme response was meant to silence any mortal who dared to rival a god. The Olympians buried this story to maintain Artemis's image as a protector, not a vengeful deity, exposing her pride and the gods' fear of mortal ambition. And that is the end of level 17. Welcome to level 18, Ares' forgotten banishment. Ares, god of war, was once banished from Olympus, a secret rarely told. A hidden myth claims he plotted against Zeus, seeking to overthrow him during a time of divine unrest. Zeus uncovered the plot and exiled Ares to a mortal battlefield for a century, forcing him to fight among humans. The gods hid this tale to preserve Zeus's image of unchallenged rule and to downplay Ares' rebellion. His banishment reveals the fragility of Olympian loyalty and the lengths Zeus went to maintain power. And that is the end of level 18. Welcome to level 19, Hestia's hidden vow. Hestia, goddess of the hearth, is known for her peaceful role maintaining the sacred fire of Olympus. but a lesser-known myth tells of her secret vow. To avoid marriage disputes among the gods, Hestia swore eternal chastity, relinquishing her claim to power. This vow was kept quiet to hide the gods' rivalry over her contest that threatened Olympian unity. Her sacrifice ensured harmony but diminished her status among the 12 Olympians. The gods suppressed this tale to maintain the illusion of a united divine council, revealing Hestia's quiet strength as a keeper of peace. And that is the end of level 19. Welcome to level 20, Ixion's betrayal. In the Wheel of Fire, Ixion, a mortal king, was invited to dine with the gods, a rare honor. A forbidden story claims he tried to seduce Hera, plotting to gain divine power through her favor. Zeus discovered the betrayal and punished Ixion by binding him to a flaming wheel spinning eternally in the underworld. The gods hid this tale to conceal Hera's vulnerability in Zeus's ruthless justice. Ixion's punishment serves as a warning to mortals. No one can exploit the gods without facing unending torment. This secret reveals the Olympians' fear of mortal ambition breaching their divine realm. And that is the end of level 20. Welcome to level 21, the binding of the Titans. After the Titanomachy, Zeus imprisoned the Titans in Tartarus, a deep abyss guarded by monstrous sentinels. A hidden myth suggests some Titans were spared, bound instead to serve the Olympians in secret. Rose, Atlas, forced to hold the sky, was one such Titan. His true punishment failed to hide Zeus's mercy. The gods kept this quiet to maintain their image of absolute victory over their predecessors. This secret arrangement shows the Olympians' pragmatic need for Titan strength despite their public claim of supremacy. And that is the end of level 21. Welcome to level 22, Aphrodite's secret pact with Paris. Aphrodite, goddess of love, promised Paris of Troy the love of Helen, the world's most beautiful woman, in exchange for the golden apple in a divine contest. A hidden myth claims this pact had a darker motive. Aphrodite sought to destabilize mortal kingdoms, to weaken Zeus's favorite city, Athens. By sparking the Trojan War, she ensured chaos that diminished mortal power. The gods suppressed this tale to hide Aphrodite's political cunning, masking it as mere vanity. Her secret agenda reveals the gods' willingness to manipulate mortals for divine gain. And that is the end of level 22. Welcome to level 23, Asclepius's forbidden healing. Asclepius, son of Apollo, learned to heal mortals and even raise the dead, a skill taught by a serpent sent by Athena. A forbidden story says his power alarmed Hades, who feared an imbalance in the underworld. Struck Asclepius with a thunderbolt to stop him at Hades' urging. The gods hid this tale to conceal their fear of a mortal surpassing divine limits. Asclepius' death, a secret act of divine control, shows the Olympians' intolerance for those who challenge their authority over life and death. And that is the end of level 23. Welcome to level 24, Hades' hidden judgment. Hades, god of the underworld, is known for ruling the dead, but a lesser-known myth reveals his secret role as a judge. Before the Olympians established their rule, Hades alone decided the fate of souls, weighing their deeds in silence. This power was concealed to avoid mortal fear of his absolute authority. When Zeus took the throne, Hades' role was diminished to maintain the illusion of shared divine rule. This hidden truth exposes Hades' once central role in the divine order, a secret the gods buried to protect Zeus' supremacy. And that is the end of level 24. Welcome to level 25, Hera's secret curse. On Semele, Hera, queen of the gods, was known for her jealousy toward Zeus's lovers. A lesser-known myth tells of her secret curse on Semele, mother of Dionysus. Disguised as a mortal, Hera tricked Semele into demanding Zeus reveal his divine form, knowing it would destroy her. This act was hidden to protect Hera's image as a wronged wife rather than a vengeful schemer. Thus, the gods suppressed this tale to conceal Hera's ruthless manipulation, ensuring her authority remained unquestioned. Her curse reveals the lengths she went to eliminate rivals, even at the cost of mortal lives. And that is the end of level 25. Welcome to level 26. Dionysus's mortal guise. Dionysus, god of wine, was born to Zeus and mortal. Simile, but a hidden myth, claims he lived among mortals in disguise to escape Hera's wrath. Posing as a wandering poet, he spread his worship subtly, avoiding divine detection. This secret was kept to hide Dionysus's vulnerability as a young god, not yet secure on Olympus. The gods buried this tale to maintain his image as an invincible deity. His mortal guise shows the Olympians' fear of internal conflict and their efforts to shield their weaknesses from mortals. And that is the end of level 26. Welcome to level 27, Artemis's sacred grove and the forbidden ritual. Artemis, goddess of the hunt, protected her sacred groves where mortals were forbidden to tread. A hidden story tells of a secret ritual performed by her priestesses to renew her power. These rites involved offerings of moonlight and rare herbs, kept a secret to prevent mortals from gaining divine favor. The gods concealed this tale to maintain Artemis's mystique as an untouchable deity. The ritual's existence hints at her dependence on mortal devotion, a truth the Olympians hid to preserve her independent image. And that is the end of level 27. Welcome to level 28, Hephaestus's chained volcano. Hephaestus, god of the forge, built a secret forge within a volcano bound by divine chains to contain its power. A forbidden myth claims this volcano could craft weapons rivaling Zeus's thunderbolt. Fearing its potential, Zeus ordered Hephaestus to seal it, never to be used. The gods hid this story to conceal the threat of Hephaestus's unmatched skill, which could challenge Olympian rule. The chained volcano reveals the gods' fear of their own creations, turning against them, a secret buried to protect their authority. And that is the end of level 28. Welcome to level 29, Athena's forgotten mortal. Athena, goddess of wisdom, once mentored a mortal craftsman named Daedalus, rivaling Hephaestus in skill. A hidden tale says she abandoned him when his inventions, like the labyrinth, grew too powerful, fearing he might surpass divine limits. The gods suppressed this story to maintain Athena's image as a flawless guide. Daedalus' fall into obscurity shows the Olympians' unease with mortals who approach divine skill, a truth hidden to preserve their superiority over humanity. And that is the end of level 29. Welcome to level 30, Apollo's hidden prophecy. Apollo, god of prophecy, once foretold a mortal's rise to challenge the gods, a prophecy he kept secret from Zeus to prevent its fulfillment. Apollo guided the mortal to a distant land where his potential faded. The gods buried this tale to hide Apollo's disloyalty and the possibility of a mortal threat. This secret prophecy reveals Apollo's fear of Zeus's wrath and his willingness to manipulate mortal fates to protect Olympic stability. And that is the end of level 30. Welcome to level 31, Poseidon's secret pact with the Cyclopes. Poseidon, god of the sea, relied on the Cyclopes to forge his trident, a weapon rivaling Zeus's thunderbolt. A lesser-known myth claims he made a secret pact, promising them freedom from Tartarus in exchange for their craft. After receiving the trident, Poseidon broke his promise, leaving them imprisoned. The gods hid this tale to protect Poseidon's image as a just ruler and conceal his betrayal. This secret pact shows the Olympians' willingness to deceive even their allies to secure power, a truth buried to maintain divine unity. And that is the end of level 31. Welcome to level 32, Hermes' hidden trade with Apollo. Hermes, god of trade, once brokered a secret deal with Apollo, trading divine secrets for control over prophecies, lesser oracles. A forbidden story says Hermes used these secrets to manipulate mortal merchants, gaining wealth that rivaled Apollo's offerings. The gods suppressed this tale to hide Hermes' greed and Apollo's loss of influence. This trade reveals Hermes' cunning ambition and the tensions among Olympians over control of mortal devotion, a secret kept to preserve their harmonious image. Okay, and that is the end of level 32. Welcome to level 33, Demeter's forgotten famine. Demeter, goddess of harvest, once caused a famine not to punish mortals but to pressure Zeus. A hidden myth claims she withheld crops to force Zeus to return Persephone from the underworld sooner than agreed. The gods buried this story to protect Demeter's image as a nurturing deity and hide her defiance of Zeus's authority. The famine's true purpose shows Demeter's willingness to harm mortals for her daughter, a secret act of rebellion that challenged Olympian order. And that is the end of level 33. Welcome to level 34, Artemis's secret sanctuary. Artemis, goddess of the hunt, maintained a hidden sanctuary on a remote island where she sheltered mortal women fleeing injustice. A lesser-known myth claimed this sanctuary was created to defy Zeus's decrees, which often favored men. Only her most loyal priestesses knew its location. The gods suppressed this tale to hide Artemis's rebellion against Zeus's authority and her favoritism toward mortals. Her sanctuary reveals a secret act of defiance, showing her willingness to challenge Olympian law for justice. And that is the end of level 34. Welcome to level 35, Hades' hidden mercy. Hades, god of the underworld, is seen as stern, but a forbidden myth tells of his secret mercy. He once allowed a mortal soul to return to life after Persephone pleaded for her lover, a poet who sang of her beauty. This act was hidden to maintain Hades' fearsome reputation and avoid encouraging mortal appeals. The gods buried this tale to conceal Hades' softer side, which could weaken his authority over the dead. His mercy shows a rare compassion in a divine order, a truth kept secret to preserve his image. And that is the end of level 35. Welcome to level 36, Athena's veiled guidance of Odysseus. Athena, goddess of wisdom, guided Odysseus through his long journey home from Troy. A hidden story claims her aid was not selfless, but a ploy to undermine Poseidon, who cursed Odysseus for blinding his son, the Cyclops Polyphemus. The gods hid this tale to protect Athena's image as a benevolent protector and conceal her rivalry with Poseidon. Her veiled motives revealed the Olympians' use of mortals as pawns in divine disputes, a secret buried to maintain their noble facade. And that is the end of level 36. Welcome to level 37, Zeus' secret vow to Thetis. Zeus, king of the gods, once swore a secret vow to Thetis, a sea nymph, to protect her son Achilles from divine interference. A lesser-known myth claims this oath was made to prevent a prophecy that Achilles would surpass the gods in glory. By biding himself, Zeus limited his own power, angering Hera, who saw it as favoritism. The gods hid this tale to conceal Zeus's vulnerability to prophecies and his willingness to favor a mortal. This secret vow reveals the delicate balance of divine power and the risks Zeus took to maintain it. And that is the end of level 37. Welcome to level 38, Apollo's forgotten punishment of Cassandra. Apollo, god of prophecy, granted Cassandra the gift of foresight, but cursed her when she rejected him, ensuring no one would believe her visions. A hidden myth says Apollo's curse was not just personal, but a calculated act to prevent her warnings about Troy's fall from disrupting divine plans. The gods suppressed this story to protect Apollo's image as a benevolent deity and hide his role in Troy's destruction. Cassandra's torment shows the Olympians' fear of mortals altering fate, a truth concealed to maintain their control. And that is the end of level 38. Welcome to level 39, Hera's concealed ritual for power. Hera, queen of the gods, performed a secret ritual to renew her divine authority using sacred herbs and chants known only to her. The Forbidden Tale claims this ritual was needed because her power waned when Zeus's affairs weakened her status. The gods kept this quiet to hide Hera's vulnerability, and maintain her image as an unshakable queen. The ritual's existence reveals Hera's dependence on secret rites to rival Zeus, truth buried to preserve the illusion of her eternal strength. And that is the end of level 39. Welcome to level 40. Hermes' hidden lyre. Hermes, god of trickery, crafted the lyre from a tortoise shell, a gift he gave Apollo to appease him after stealing his cattle. A lesser-known myth claims the lyre held a secret power to enchant gods, not just mortals. Hermes kept this ability hidden, fearing Apollo would demand its return. The gods suppressed this tale to conceal Hermes' cunning and the potential threat of his creation. The lyre's hidden power reveals Hermes' ability to rival older gods, a secret buried to maintain divine harmony. And that is the end of level 40. Welcome to level 41, the secret of the Aegis. The Aegis, a shield wielded by Zeus and Athena, was said to be unbreakable, but a hidden myth reveals its true origin. Crafted by Hephaestus from the hide of a primordial monster, it held the power to instill fear in gods and mortals alike. The gods hid its monstrous origin to avoid questions about their reliance on ancient creatures. This secret shows the Olympians' dependence on forgotten powers to maintain their rule, a truth concealed to preserve their invincible image. And that is the end of level 41. Welcome to level 42, Poseidon's lost trident. Poseidon's trident, symbol of his sea dominion, was forged by the Cyclopes, but a forbidden tale claims he once lost it to a mortal hero. This hero used it to calm a storm defying Poseidon's will. The god reclaimed it, but the gods buried the story to hide Poseidon's embarrassment and the trident's vulnerability. The incident reveals the gods' fear of mortals wielding divine tools, a secret kept to protect Poseidon's authority over the seas. And that is the end of level 42. Welcome to level 43, Aphrodite's secret fear of rejection. Aphrodite, goddess of love, was feared and adored, but a lesser-known myth reveals her secret dread of rejection. When a mortal sculptor named Pygmalion crafted a statue surpassing her beauty, she cursed him to love his creation, never to find human affection. The gods hid this tale to protect Aphrodite's image as an irresistible deity. Her curse, driven by fear of being outshone, shows a rare vulnerability in a goddess who shaped mortal, desires the truth concealed to maintain her divine allure. And that is the end of level 43. Welcome to level 44, Hestia's obscured influence. Hestia, goddess of the hearth, held a quiet power over every home's sacred fire, but a hidden myth claims she could sway mortal hearts through these flames. By whispering through hearts, she influenced decisions without leaving Olympus. The gods suppressed this story to downplay Hestia's subtle authority, which rivaled Zeus's overt rule. Her hidden influence reveals a power the Olympians feared might undermine their hierarchy, a secret kept to preserve her modest image. And that is the end of level 44. Welcome to level 45, Dionysus's hidden exile. Dionysus, god of wine, faced opposition from mortal kings who rejected his worship. A forbidden tale says Hera once convinced Zeus to exile him to a distant land to curb his growing influence among mortals. Dionysus returned stronger, spreading his cult in defiance. The gods buried this story to hide Hera's manipulation and Dionysus's vulnerability as a newer god. His exile shows the Olympians' fear of his chaotic power, a truth concealed to maintain their control. And that is the end of level 45. Welcome to level 46, Apollo's secret trial of Orpheus. Orpheus, the legendary musician, charmed even the underworld with his lyre, but a hidden myth claims Apollo set a secret trial to test his devotion. Apollo instructed the Maenads to demand Orpheus worship only him, not Dionysus. When Orpheus refused, the Maenads tore him apart. The gods hid this tale to conceal Apollo's role in his death and his rivalry with Dionysus. This secret trial reveals Apollo's jealousy and the gods' willingness to sacrifice mortals for divine loyalty. And that is the end of level 46. Welcome to level 47, Demeter's hidden bargain with Erysichthon. Erysichthon, a mortal king, cut down Demeter's sacred grove, angering the goddess of harvest. A lesser-known story says she offered him a bargain: spare the grove and gain endless wealth. He refused, and Demeter cursed him with insatiable hunger. The gods suppressed this tale to hide Demeter's willingness to negotiate with mortals, which could weaken her authority. Her bargain reveals a rare moment of divine compromise, a truth concealed to maintain her unyielding image. And that is the end of level 47. Welcome to level 48, Hermes' forgotten theft of the oracle. Hermes, god of thieves, once stole a minor oracle's sacred tripod from Apollo's temple to gain prophetic power. Forbidden myth claims he used it to guide mortals in secret, defying Apollo's control over prophecy. Apollo reclaimed the tripod, but the gods hid the story to conceal Hermes' audacity and Apollo's vulnerability. This forgotten theft shows Hermes' ambition to rival older gods, a secret buried to protect the divine hierarchy. And that is the end of level 48. Welcome to level 49, Athena's hidden contest with Arachne. Athena, goddess of wisdom, competed with the mortal weaver Arachne, who boasted her skill surpassed the goddess. A lesser-known myth claims Athena rigged the contest by enchanting her own tapestry to outshine Arachne's, ensuring her victory. When Arachne wove a flawless piece, Athena turned her into a spider out of fear her talent might inspire mortal rebellion. The gods hid this tale to conceal Athena's insecurity and manipulation. Her actions revealed the Olympians' fear of mortals, rivaling divine skill, a secret buried to protect her reputation. And that is the end of level 49. Welcome to level 50, Poseidon's secret flood. Poseidon, god of the sea, once unleashed a flood on a coastal city, not for mortal disrespect, but to hide a failed divine experiment. A forbidden myth says he attempted to create a new sea creature to rival Zeus's eagle, but it grew uncontrollable. The flood concealed his mistake, washing away evidence. The gods suppressed this story to protect Poseidon's image as a mighty ruler and hide his vulnerability. This secret flood shows the Olympians' willingness to destroy mortal lands to cover their failures, a truth kept hidden to maintain their power. And that is the end of level 50. Welcome to level 51, Hera's forgotten grudge against Peleus. Hera, queen of the gods, harbored a grudge against Peleus, king of Iolcus, for neglecting her worship. A hidden tale claims she manipulated his death by inspiring his daughters to believe they could restore his youth through a ritual. The ritual failed, leading to his demise. The gods buried this story to conceal Hera's cruel orchestration and her willingness to use mortals as tools of vengeance. Her grudge reveals the Olympians' pettiness in punishing those who slight them, a truth hidden to preserve her regal image. And that is the end of level 51. Welcome to level 52, Apollo's secret muse. Apollo, god of music, inspired a mortal poet named Timorese, but a hidden myth claims he secretly bound her talent to serve only his worship. When she praised other gods, Apollo stripped her voice, leaving her mute. The gods hid this tale to protect Apollo's image as a benevolent patron and conceal his jealousy. This secret act shows the Olympians' demand for exclusive devotion from mortals. They inspire a truth buried to maintain Apollo's generous reputation. And that is the end of level 52. Welcome to level 53, Hades' hidden pact with Orpheus. Hades allowed Orpheus to retrieve his wife, Eurydice, from the underworld, but a lesser-known myth says he made a secret pact with Persephone to test Orpheus' loyalty. If Orpheus failed by looking back, he would lose Eurydice forever. The gods suppressed this story to hide Hades' manipulation and Persephone's role in the trial. This pact reveals the Olympians' use of mortal love as a test of obedience, a truth concealed to preserve Hades' stern but fair image. And that is the end of level 53.
Welcome to level 54. Artemis's veiled sanctuary. For Iphigenia. Artemis, goddess of the hunt, saved Iphigenia from being sacrificed by her father Agamemnon, but a forbidden tale claims she hid her in a secret sanctuary to serve as her priestess. This act was concealed to prevent mortals from seeking Artemis's aid in defying divine decrees. The gods buried this story to maintain Artemis's image as a distant deity, not a savior. Her veiled sanctuary shows her selective mercy, a truth hidden to protect the Olympian order. And that is the end of level 54. Welcome to level 55. Zeus's secret council. Zeus, king of the gods, held a secret council with minor deities to monitor mortal heroes who grew too powerful. A lesser-known myth claims this council was formed to prevent another hero like Hercules from challenging Olympian rule. The council's existence was hidden to avoid mortal suspicion of divine surveillance. The gods suppressed this tale to maintain Zeus's image as a benevolent ruler. This secret council reveals the Olympians' fear of mortal ambition, a truth buried to protect their authority. And that is the end of level 55. Welcome to level 56. Hephaestus's concealed trap. Hephaestus, god of the forge, crafted a golden throne for Hera that bound her when she sat on it, a well-known tale. A forbidden myth says this trap was not just revenge for her rejection but a test to expose her plans to undermine Zeus. Hera's release required her to swear loyalty, weakening her influence. The gods hid this story to conceal Hephaestus's strategic cunning and Hera's vulnerability. His trap shows the Olympians' internal power struggles, a secret kept to maintain their united facade. And that is the end of level 56. Welcome to level 57. Demeter's forgotten curse on a city. Demeter, goddess of harvest, once cursed a city with barren fields, not for disrespect but to hide her grief over Persephone's absence. A hidden tale claims she blamed the city's king for aiding Hades unknowingly. The curse was lifted only when the king offered tribute to her secret shrine. The god suppressed this story to protect Demeter's nurturing image and conceal her personal vendettas. Her curse reveals the Olympians' use of mortal suffering to mask divine emotions, a truth buried to uphold her benevolence. And that is the end of level 57. Welcome to level 58. Athena's hidden restriction on inventors. Athena, goddess of wisdom, encouraged mortal inventors, but a lesser-known myth claims she secretly restricted their creations to prevent them from rivaling divine works. When a mortal named Hippias built a wooden horse that baffled the gods, she limited his future designs. The gods hid this tale to maintain Athena's image as a patron of ingenuity. Her restriction reveals the Olympians' fear of mortal innovation surpassing divine power, a secret buried to protect her reputation. And that is the end of level 58. Welcome to level 59. Poseidon's secret rebellion against Zeus. Poseidon, god of the sea, once plotted a rebellion against Zeus, with Hera and Apollo seeking to limit his rule. A hidden myth says Poseidon retreated when Zeus uncovered the plan, sparing him punishment. The god suppressed this story to hide Poseidon's disloyalty and Zeus's vulnerability to revolt. This secret rebellion shows the fragile alliances among the Olympians, a truth concealed to maintain their image of unity. And that is the end of level 59. Welcome to level 60. Apollo's veiled oracle of Trophonius. Apollo oversaw the oracle of Trophonius, a lesser-known prophetic site where seekers face terrifying visions. A forbidden tale claims Apollo veiled its true power because it revealed secrets about the gods' weaknesses. He ensured only vague prophecies reached mortals to protect Olympian authority. The gods hid this story to conceal Apollo's manipulation of divine knowledge. His veiled oracle shows the Olympians' fear of mortals learning their vulnerabilities, a truth buried to safeguard their power. And that is the end of level 60. Level 61. Hermes' hidden messenger. Hermes, god of messengers, used a mortal named Battus to deliver a secret message to Zeus about a potential rebellion among minor gods. A lesser-known myth claims Battus was turned to stone when he revealed the message to others, betraying Hermes' trust. The gods hid this tale to conceal Hermes's reliance on mortals and his harsh punishment for disloyalty. This secret act shows the Olympians' need for mortal aid and their swift retribution, a truth buried to protect Hermes's carefree image. Level 62. Hera's Secret Shrine. Hera, queen of the gods, maintained a hidden shrine where she received offerings from mortal women seeking her favor. A forbidden myth says this shrine was used to spy on Zeus's mortal lovers, ensuring Hera's control over them. The gods suppressed this story to hide Hera's manipulative tactics and her intrusion into mortal lives. The shrine's existence reveals Hera's obsession with maintaining power, a secret kept to preserve her dignified reputation. And that is the end of level 62. Level 63. Dionysus's Forbidden Rite. Dionysus, god of wine, created a secret rite for his followers involving a drink that granted visions of divine truths. A hidden tale claims this rite was banned by Zeus, who feared mortals might learn Olympian secrets. Dionysus hid the rite's existence to avoid Zeus's wrath. The gods buried this story to conceal Dionysus's defiance and the potential power mortals could gain. This forbidden rite shows the Olympians' fear of mortal enlightenment, a truth concealed to maintain divine control. And that is the end of level 63. Level 64. Athena's Hidden Judgment. Athena, goddess of wisdom, once judged a mortal city's leaders for favoring Ares's warlike ways over her strategies. A lesser-known myth claims she cursed their wisdom, causing their city to fall in battle. The gods hid this tale to protect Athena's image as a fair judge and conceal her rivalry with Ares. Her hidden judgment reveals the Olympians' use of mortal suffering to settle divine disputes, a secret buried to maintain her benevolent reputation. And that is the end of level 64. Level 65. Poseidon's Forgotten Island. Poseidon, god of the sea, created an island for a mortal tribe that honored him above Zeus. A forbidden myth says Zeus sank the island to punish Poseidon's pride, leaving the tribe to perish. The gods suppressed this story to hide Poseidon's defiance and Zeus's harsh response to mortal favoritism. The Forgotten Island shows the Olympians' jealousy over mortal worship, a truth concealed to preserve their unified image. And that is the end of level 65. Level 66. Apollo's Secret Curse on Niobe. Niobe, a mortal queen, boasted her children surpassed Apollo and Artemis in number and beauty. A hidden tale claims Apollo cursed her not just for pride but to prevent her lineage from rivaling divine bloodlines. Her children were struck down and she was turned to stone. The gods buried this story to conceal Apollo's fear of mortal potential and his extreme measures. This secret curse reveals the Olympians' insecurity about mortal legacies, a truth hidden to protect their divine superiority. And that is the end of level 66. These three stories, Athena's hidden judgment, Poseidon's forgotten island, and Apollo's secret curse, uncover the gods' rivalries and the consequences they concealed. In the next chapter we explore levels 67, 68 and 69, revealing more Olympian secrets. Level 67. Demeter's Secret Harvest. Demeter, goddess of harvest, once gifted a hidden valley with crops that never failed to reward a mortal farmer who honored her above Zeus. A lesser-known myth claims this act was meant to defy Zeus's authority over mortal prosperity. When Zeus discovered the valley, he limited its yield to curb Demeter's influence. The gods hid this tale to conceal Demeter's rebellion and Zeus's intervention. Her secret harvest shows the Olympians' struggle for control over mortal lives, a truth buried to maintain their unified image. And that is the end of level 67. Level 68. Hermes' Concealed Trick. Hermes, god of trickery, once deceived Apollo by swapping his sacred cattle with mortal ones to gain favor with a mortal king. A forbidden myth says this trick was not for personal gain but to distract Apollo from a prophecy foretelling his downfall. The gods suppressed this story to hide Hermes' manipulation of divine fates and Apollo's vulnerability. His concealed trick reveals the Olympians' internal rivalries and their fear of prophetic threats, a secret kept to protect their harmony. And that is the end of level 68. Level 69. Zeus's Forgotten Pact with Prometheus. Zeus, king of the gods, once made a secret pact with Prometheus before his betrayal, promising him freedom to aid mortals if he swore loyalty. A hidden tale claims Prometheus broke this pact by stealing fire, leading to his eternal punishment. The gods buried this story to conceal Zeus's failed alliance and his trust in a titan. This forgotten pact shows the Olympians' fear of being outwitted by their allies, a truth hidden to preserve Zeus's infallible image. And that is the end of level 69. Level 70. Artemis's hidden vow. Artemis, goddess of the hunt, swore a secret vow to protect a mortal huntress named Atlanta from divine interference. A lesser-known myth claims this vow was made to defy Apollo, who sought to control Atlanta's fate. When Apollo cursed her, Artemis hid her in a sacred forest. The god suppressed this tale to conceal Artemis's rebellion and her favoritism toward mortals. Her hidden vow shows the Olympians' internal conflicts over mortal destinies, a secret buried to maintain their unity. And that is the end of level 70. Level 71. Hades' secret gift. Hades, god of the underworld, once gifted a mortal king a gem that granted visions of the afterlife to ensure his loyalty. A forbidden myth says this gift was a test, and when the king shared the visions, Hades trapped his soul in the underworld. The gods hid this tale to conceal Hades' manipulation and his use of mortals to guard divine secrets. His secret gift reveals the Olympians' distrust of mortal loyalty, a truth buried to preserve Hades' stern image. And that is the end of level 71. Level 72. Athena's veiled curse. Athena, goddess of wisdom, cursed a mortal city that rejected her patronage in favor of Poseidon's. A hidden tale claims her curse caused their warriors to lose their strategic skill, leading to their defeat. The gods buried this story to protect Athena's image as a benevolent guide and conceal her rivalry with Poseidon. Her veiled curse shows the Olympians' willingness to punish mortal choices, a secret kept to maintain her reputation as a just deity. And that is the end of level 72. Level 73. Apollo's secret lyre. Apollo, god of music, gifted a mortal bard a lyre that could enchant any listener, but a lesser-known myth claims it carried a hidden cost. The bard was bound to sing only Apollo's praises, never honoring other gods. When he broke this rule, Apollo reclaimed the lyre, leaving him voiceless. The gods hid this tale to conceal Apollo's demand for exclusive worship and his punishment of defiance. This secret gift shows the Olympians' control over mortal talents, a truth buried to maintain Apollo's benevolent image. And that is the end of level 73. Level 74. Hephaestus's concealed creation. Hephaestus, god of the forge, crafted a golden automaton for a mortal king to protect his city. A forbidden myth says this creation was programmed to obey only Hephaestus's while spying on the king's plans. When the king discovered this, he was forced to destroy it. The god suppressed this story to hide Hephaestus's manipulation and his distrust of mortals. His concealed creation reveals the Olympians' use of gifts as tools of control, a secret kept to protect his reputation. And that is the end of level 74. Level 75. Poseidon's forgotten tide. Poseidon, god of the sea, once gifted a coastal tribe a tide that brought endless fish to honor their devotion. A hidden tale claims this tide was a test, and when the tribe grew greedy, Poseidon sent a flood to reclaim it. The gods buried this story to conceal Poseidon's harsh judgment and his use of gifts to test mortal loyalty. This forgotten tide shows the Olympians' willingness to punish those who misuse their blessings, a truth hidden to maintain Poseidon's generous image. And that is the end of level 75. Level 76. Hera's hidden oracle. Hera, queen of the gods, maintained a secret oracle that advised mortal queens on defying unfaithful husbands. A lesser-known myth claims this oracle was created to undermine Zeus's mortal alliances. When Zeus discovered it, he silenced the oracle's priestess. The gods hid this tale to conceal Hera's rebellion and her manipulation of mortal loyalty. Her hidden oracle shows the Olympians' internal conflicts over mortal influence, a secret buried to protect Hera's regal image. And that is the end of level 76. Level 77. Dionysus's secret cult. Dionysus, god of wine, founded a hidden cult that taught mortals to commune with spirits through wine. A forbidden myth says Zeus banned this cult, fearing it gave mortals access to divine knowledge. Dionysus continued it in secret, defying Zeus's decree. The god suppressed this story to hide Dionysus's rebellion and the power of his rituals. His secret cult reveals the Olympians' fear of mortals gaining divine insight, a truth concealed to maintain their authority. And that is the end of level 77. Level 78. Athena's obscure trial. Athena, goddess of wisdom, once tested a mortal strategist by granting him visions of victory. A hidden tale claims this was a trap to expose his ambition. When he claimed credit for her strategies, Athena cursed his mind with doubt. The gods buried this story to protect Athena's image as a fair mentor and conceal her fear of mortal pride. Her obscured trial shows the Olympians' use of tests to limit mortal potential, a secret kept to maintain her benevolent reputation. And that is the end of level 78. Level 79. Apollo's secret pact with Hyacinthus. Apollo, god of prophecy, formed a secret pact with the mortal Hyacinthus, promising him divine favor if he kept Apollo's oracles hidden from rival gods. A lesser-known myth claims when Hyacinthus shared a prophecy with Zephyrus, the wind god, Apollo caused his accidental death. The gods hid this tale to conceal Apollo's manipulation and his role in a mortal's demise. This secret pact shows the Olympians' use of mortals to guard divine secrets, a truth buried to protect Apollo's benevolent image. And that is the end of level 79. Level 80. Poseidon's concealed tide. Poseidon, god of the sea, once unleashed a hidden tide to protect a mortal city that worshipped him above other gods. A forbidden myth says this tide was meant to defy Zeus, who favored a rival city. When Zeus discovered it, he limited Poseidon's power over that sea. The god suppressed this story to hide Poseidon's rebellion and Zeus's intervention. This concealed tide reveals the Olympians' competition over mortal devotion, a secret kept to maintain their unified facade. And that is the end of level 80. Level 81. Hestia's forgotten ritual. Hestia, goddess of the hearth, conducted a secret ritual to bless mortal homes with peace, but only for those who honored her above Zeus. A hidden tale claims this ritual was her quiet defiance against Zeus's dominance. The gods buried this story to conceal Hestia's subtle challenge to his authority and her influence over mortal loyalty. Her forgotten ritual shows the Olympians' internal power struggles, a truth hidden to preserve Hestia's modest image. And that is the end of level 81. Level 82. Hera's hidden punishment of Io. Hera, queen of the gods, transformed Io into a cow to punish her for Zeus's affection, but a lesser-known myth claims Hera's true motive was to prevent Io from bearing a child prophesied to rival the gods. Hera sent a gadfly to torment Io, ensuring her suffering. The gods hid this tale to conceal Hera's fear of mortal prophecy and her extreme measures. Her hidden punishment shows the Olympians' dread of mortal potential, a truth buried to protect her regal image. And that is the end of level 82. Level 83. Artemis's secret hunt. Artemis, goddess of the hunt, pursued a mortal hunter who claimed superiority over her skills. A forbidden myth says she hunted him in secret, turning him into prey to silence his boasts. The gods suppressed this story to hide Artemis's personal vengeance and her intolerance for mortal pride. Her secret hunt reveals the Olympian sensitivity to challenges, a truth concealed to maintain her image as a protector of the wild. And that is the end of level 83. Level 84. Zeus's veiled decree. Zeus, king of the gods, issued a secret decree to limit mortal heroes' lifespans, fearing their growing strength. A hidden tale claims he ordered the fates to shorten the lives of heroes like Bellerophon to prevent them from challenging divine rule. The gods buried this story to conceal Zeus's insecurity and his control over mortal destinies. His veiled decree shows the Olympians' fear of mortal power, a truth hidden to preserve his supreme authority. And that is the end of level 84. Level 85. Athena's secret pupil. Athena, goddess of wisdom, mentored a mortal named Cecrops, founder of Athens, in secret to ensure her city's dominance. A lesser-known myth claims she taught him divine strategies that rivaled Zeus's plans but bound him to silence. When he shared her teachings, Athena erased his memory. The gods hid this tale to conceal her favoritism and fear of mortal knowledge spreading. Her secret pupil shows the Olympians' control over mortal wisdom, a truth buried to protect Athena's impartial image. And that is the end of level 85. Level 86. Apollo's concealed prophecy. Apollo, god of prophecy, once foretold a mortal uprising that could challenge Olympus but hid it from Zeus. A forbidden myth says he sent the prophecy to a minor oracle with instructions to obscure its meaning. When Zeus learned of it, he silenced the oracle. The god suppressed this story to hide Apollo's disloyalty and the threat of mortal rebellion. His concealed prophecy reveals the Olympians' fear of their own foresight, a truth kept to maintain their authority. And that is the end of level 86. Level 87. Poseidon's forgotten creation. Poseidon, god of the sea, crafted a hidden sea creature to guard his sacred waters, a beast unknown to mortals. A hidden tale claims this creature turned against him, threatening his dominion until he imprisoned it in a deep trench. The gods buried this story to conceal Poseidon's failure and his vulnerability to his own creations. This forgotten creation shows the Olympians' fear of losing control, a secret hidden to protect Poseidon's mighty image. And that is the end of level 87. Level 88. Zeus's hidden heir. Zeus, king of the gods, fathered a secret heir with a mortal to ensure his lineage endured beyond Olympus. A lesser-known myth claims this heir was hidden among mortals trained to wield divine power in secret. The god suppressed this story to conceal Zeus's fear of losing his throne and his reliance on mortal blood. This hidden heir reveals the Olympians' anxiety about their eternal rule, a truth buried to protect Zeus's supreme image. And that is the end of level 88. Level 89. Hera's secret ritual. Hera, queen of the gods, performed a final secret ritual to bind the Olympians' loyalty to her, ensuring her influence outlasted Zeus's affairs. A forbidden tale says this ritual required each god to swear an oath on the river Styx. The gods hid this story to conceal Hera's manipulation and her fear of losing authority. Her secret ritual shows the Olympians' internal distrust, a truth kept to maintain her queenly reputation. And that is the end of level 89. Level 90. The Olympians' forgotten pact. The Olympians made a forgotten pact to limit mortal access to divine knowledge, sealing their secrets in a hidden vault on Olympus. A hidden myth claims this pact was formed after mortals began deciphering divine prophecies. The gods buried this tale to conceal their fear of mortal wisdom and their collective effort to maintain control. This forgotten pact reveals the Olympians' ultimate act to secure their power, a truth hidden to preserve their eternal dominion. And that is the end of level 90. Level 91. Hermes' secret staff. Hermes, god of messengers, carried the caduceus, a staff topped with wings and snakes known for guiding souls. A lesser-known myth claims its true power was to alter mortal memories, ensuring they forgot divine secrets they witnessed. Hermes used it to protect Olympian mysteries but kept this ability hidden from other gods. The god suppressed this tale to conceal Hermes' control over mortal minds and his potential to defy Zeus. This secret staff shows the Olympians' fear of mortal knowledge, a truth buried to maintain Hermes' carefree image. And that is the end of level 91. Level 92. Athena's concealed shield. Athena, goddess of wisdom, wielded a shield apart from the aegis, one crafted in secret from a fallen star. A forbidden myth says this shield could deflect divine attacks, making Athena nearly invincible. She hid its existence to avoid Zeus's suspicion of her power. The gods buried this story to conceal Athena's ambition and her ability to rival Zeus. Her concealed shield reveals the Olympians' internal distrust, a secret kept to protect their unified facade. And that is the end of level 92. Level 93. Apollo's forgotten lyre. Apollo, god of music, crafted a second lyre imbued with the power to summon minor gods to his side. A hidden tale claims he used it to influence divine councils in secret, challenging Zeus's authority. When Zeus discovered it, he ordered the lyre destroyed. The gods hid this story to conceal Apollo's subtle rebellion and his ability to sway divine allies. This forgotten lyre shows the Olympians' fear of internal power shifts a truth buried to maintain Apollo's loyal image. And that is the end of level 93. Level 94. Poseidon's hidden current. Poseidon, god of the sea, created a secret ocean current to guide a mortal navigator to a sacred island where divine treasures were hidden. A lesser-known myth claims this was a test, and when the navigator stole a relic, Poseidon sank his ship. The god suppressed this tale to conceal Poseidon's use of mortals to guard his secrets and his harsh punishment. This hidden current shows the Olympians' distrust of mortal loyalty, a truth buried to maintain Poseidon's benevolent image. And that is the end of level 94. Level 95. Hera's secret vengeance. Hera, queen of the gods, once punished a mortal priestess who revealed her sacred rites to outsiders. A forbidden myth says Hera cursed the priestess to speak only lies, ensuring her warnings about divine plans were ignored. The gods hid this tale to conceal Hera's vindictive nature and her fear of mortal betrayal. Her secret vengeance reveals the Olympians' efforts to silence those who expose their mysteries, a truth kept to protect her regal reputation. And that is the end of level 95. Level 96. Dionysus's obscured festival. Dionysus, god of wine, held a secret festival where mortals could glimpse divine realms through ecstatic dance. A hidden tale claims Zeus banned it, fearing mortals might gain forbidden knowledge. Dionysus continued it in hidden groves, defying Zeus's will. The gods buried this story to conceal Dionysus's rebellion and the power of his rites. This obscured festival shows the Olympians' fear of mortal enlightenment, a truth hidden to maintain their control. And that is the end of level 96. Level 97. Zeus's concealed council. Zeus, king of the gods, formed a secret council with lesser deities to monitor mortal kings who grew too ambitious. A lesser-known myth claims this council was created to prevent mortals from uniting against Olympus. When a king discovered the council, Zeus erased his kingdom's records. The gods hid this tale to conceal Zeus's fear of mortal unity and his reliance on minor gods. This concealed council shows the Olympians' paranoia about mortal power, a truth buried to maintain Zeus's supreme image. And that is the end of level 97. Level 98. Athena's secret pact. Athena, goddess of wisdom, made a hidden pact with a mortal queen to teach her divine strategies in exchange for eternal worship. A forbidden myth says Athena broke the pact when the queen shared her knowledge, fearing it would rival divine wisdom. The queen was cursed with forgetfulness. The gods suppressed this story to hide Athena's betrayal and her fear of mortal intellect. Her secret pact reveals the Olympians' distrust of sharing divine knowledge, a truth kept to protect Athena's mentor image. And that is the end of level 98. Level 99. Apollo's forgotten oracle. Apollo, god of prophecy, established a hidden oracle in a remote cave to guide mortals away from Zeus's favored cities. A hidden tale claims this oracle was meant to undermine Zeus's influence by offering rival prophecies. When Zeus discovered it, he sealed the cave. The gods buried this story to conceal Apollo's defiance and his attempt to sway mortal loyalty. This forgotten oracle shows the Olympians' internal rivalries, a truth hidden to maintain Apollo's loyal reputation. And that is the end of level 99. Welcome to the last leave. Level 100. Hermes' hidden trade. Hermes, god of trade, brokered a secret deal with a mortal merchant, granting him divine luck in exchange for spreading Hermes' worship. A lesser-known myth claims Hermes betrayed the merchant when he grew too wealthy, cursing his fortune to fail. The gods hid this tale to conceal Hermes' greed and his manipulation of mortal success. This hidden trade shows the Olympians' use of mortals to expand their influence, a truth buried to protect Hermes' carefree image. And that is the end of level 100.